Hi, so this is my RISE model for self-evaluation for the RMC course. Um, so first, reflect. So I think my attitude and it, my logic, I think it really did affect my behaviors this month. I think that throughout the last 8 months or so, I've really developed some really good habits. I obviously expected to be a campus student, but we've kind of become like hybrid online campus students at this point. And for the first 6 months or so, it was just online. So I've come to develop some pretty good online student habits just out of necessity. But I think my attitude toward it is really good. I'm pursuing a dream of mine is to work in sports and to be a sports broadcaster. So I mean, I try to keep my attitude, really positive. And when I'm working on my projects, I try to keep that in mind. Like I'm working, this is a dream, and if I get where I want to be, it'll be a dream. Inquire, what did I want to learn more about? I know there was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tools this month. You go through them, you go through the assignment each week. You want to get the assignment done. You kind of breeze through some of the tools you sent us, some of the different sites that we created logins for and things like that. There was just a few things I noticed, when you do your research on them, I forget exactly which one it was, but there was one in particular where you do your research and whatever source you find, it actually gives you the APA format for that specific articles, so you don't have to like try to figure it out on your own. Or I can speak for myself, but I know sometimes it's really a pain to you find a great source and then you spend an extra 20 minutes trying to get the APA citation correctly. And having something like that at your hands is really useful. And I want to look back into that and a couple of the other tools that you provided for us, because I think each and every one of them can be useful in some way or another. Suggest if I had more time. I don't necessarily think it's if I had more time. I think I did dedicate the time to these projects. I really do. And I've been trying to since I started here at Full Sail. But I think one thing that I would go back and change or do better would be to be a little bit more involved in the Zoom classes. I was there, and I paid attention but I don't think that I was as inquisitive or involved in the class as I could have been. And I don't know if that's because I'm obviously getting used to the Zoom thing, but I don't know if it's necessarily because of the Zoom. Like if we were in person, would I have been more interactive? Maybe, because I was like in the elements. You find it easy to be distracted at home, but I think that's the one thing I would change. And elevate. How do I feel that the media research is going to help me in my career? I mean, tremendously. I know the one assignment about doing an interview. I mean, that's extremely relevant. I'm going to be doing interviews, and that was a little different. It was with my girlfriend and about us starting a family, and it was a little bit more personal, but it doesn't matter. Like the point was being more open-ended, speaking less, and letting the interview be about your interviewee, and getting those type of things down. And that type of stuff is going to be really useful for me. And of course, the same, finding sources and finding correct information and not being wrong. That's important. You can't be wrong in the sportscasting world. You can't just be, giving wrong opinions. It's not going to turn out well for you. But yeah, I think that this course will be extremely relevant for me moving forward. And I thought that pretty much every assignment was relevant towards what I'm going to be getting into in sports broadcasting or sports podcasting or whatever it is that I get into. So I think this course will be very useful for me. And thank you very much.